مرحبا يا جماعة. Welcome. أهلا وسهلا فيكم. بدنا نعطيكم درس اليوم، أو بدي أعطيكم درس لأنه فيش كريستين مش معي. But that's okay. بدنا نعطيكم درس today بكل بساطة. موضوع بسيط. بس أنتوا بتعرفوا إنه when we talk about Arabic is a lot like math. It's a lot like mathematics. So some things you have to memorize. And just like math, you have to know the multiplication tables, addition, subtraction, division, stuff like that. So, but there is, in fact, a lot of rules to math, and there's a lot of equations. So you have to memorize some things, but then you have to know certain processes to doing certain things, which are called equations, to reaching the solution. So Arabic is very mathematical, okay? But today, the lesson, even though we spend a lot of time in these lessons mostly on the equations, if you will, about Arabic, and then also some on different other aspects, today we're going to be on mostly a memory issue. So you have to learn these things. They just don't, they're just words you have to memorize. And basically, these have to do with ashhur al-sana. Also counting. So ashhur al-sana, the months of the year, we're going to talk about. However, the months of the year in Arabic are so simple. In Fusha, you do have words like Nisan for April, Tammuz for June, and on and on. Kunun al-awwal, Kunun al-thani. These are Fusha found you're going to find them in newspapers and books. But no one speaks like that. When they say the months of the year, they actually use just simple, the same words as you find in the counting. So we're going to give you a preview just of the counting from 1 min wahad, wahad lu to ithnash. And we're going to do that now so that you can get those, and then I'm going to give you the secret to basically making how to know how to say the months of the year. So, first, number 1 is wahid. 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 In Fusha, we would say wahid. Wahid. This fatha becomes kasra, but for spoken, it's wahid. So, wahid is number 1. Number 2, this is 2 in Arabic, all right, is not ithnan, because that's Fusha. It is it becomes ithnin or itnin. All right? So itnin. There it is. Ithnin. Some people say ithnin or ithnin. Ithnin. Okay? Ithnin is 2. So wahad, ithnin, and then we have talata. Now, by the way, talata is like this, but you can do it this way in handwriting. So the way that you'd write a 2 in handwriting would be like this, but this is found in the written side. So when people are writing, they're usually going to write this and this, whereas you'll see talate, this, in the actual handwriting. So I'm going to leave it like that. That is talata, all right? And here it is, talata. All right? Talata is 3. Talata, 3. All right? Now, number 4 is arba. All right? Arba. Arba. 4 is arba. Okay? Now, I used to remember these like thinking about 4. There's an R in there. It's arba. Arba. And ithnin, okay, ithnin itnain, I used to think of that ta there. But then, of course, you have this one, 3, which is thalatha in Fusha. I just format, in my mind, this is how I think of it. But really, you just have to memorize them. All right? So here's 5. All right? 5 is... Whoop. All right? Khamse. Khamse. Now, just to let you know, here, for the Nizam al-Tashkil we use at CGE Jordan, which is the best, I should say. No, it really is better because we had to create something for the spoken language, which is not found in the Fusha. And one thing that we did, which I think is great for people, is that we don't put any, if it has the Tamabuta takes an A or a sound in Ammiya. It's always a in Fusha. But here, we put that fatha. Here, we don't put the fatha. I've said this in other lessons, but this is just for, عشان تذكير, to remind you. All right, now, so that's 5. And then here we go with 6. All right, 6 is going to be there. Yep, 6. And then it is, the shortest of them all is sitte. All right, sitte. Sitte. There it is. Now let's go up here and we'll write saba. All right, saba. Okay. All right, there it is. Saba. Saba. Okay, now you can also, I'm pretty sure in Fusha, yes, that's right. So that is correct with the sukoon there. I just want to make sure. All right, and then now, tamenye, this is saba for 7. Think of this 7 with a sin. You have 6 and 7. Sitte, the 6 is just, I think of it as short. 6 is 3 letters. This is 3 letters. Saba is, you have also the 7, okay? So that is the same as 6, which starts with a sa, with a sin, excuse me. But it has that kind of a heavier 7. It's drawn out more, and you have that ayn, so it's kind of heavier. That's how I just remember it when I'm thinking about them, when I was first learning. Okay, now you have the next one is, all right, is tamenye. There it is. Tamenye. Tamenye. All right, tamenye, 8. Tamenye is 8. And then we have, ooh, let me just correct that. The 9 in Arabic looks a lot like the 9 in English. The 9 in English is like this, all right? But in Arabic, you just simply do like that. That's what the 9 is. So it's basically the same. You just have no lip there on the 9 like you do with English. All right, so here's 9. That's a scene there. All right, tesa, 9. And then we have, let's get down here, 10. 10, all right, is ashara. Ashara. Ashara is 10. 10, very important number because what you have is when you go to the ashreens, like ashrin is 20, and then talateen and all that. It's an important number because it moves into the teens and all that, so we use it a lot more. All right, here is ihdash, all right? Ihdash. All right. That's it. Ihdash. Notice, you have the ha, you have an alif, you have a ha, and you have a dal. Here, wahed, you have alif, ha, dal. All right, so that's what you can do. Think of واحد or واحد, and then you have it here in the beginning. 11. Dash, this is like how we do 16, 17, 18. Think of the teen, and this is what ash is, okay? So you have, for example, 12 is, let me see. Here it is. 12. So, اثنين, okay, you have اثنين, the ain drops and it becomes 12. All right? So, this is still there and then with the ash, okay? So, 12. Now, these are the 12 numbers here. 12 first numbers, counting it from واحد to 12. 1 to 12. Let's go ahead and practice these. واحد, اثنين, ثلاثة, أربعة, خمسة, ستة, سبعة, ثمانية, تسعة, 10, 11, 12 or 12. Ta or tha, doesn't matter. Let's go ahead now and talk about the Ashhur al-Sana. All right? Now, we know how to count from 1 to 12. Now, bil-Arabi, inshallah. If you don't, you can go back and review this. But here's how you create the months of the year in Amiyya. All you do is you just take this word and you put it before each and every one. And on, all the way down. So, شهر واحد, January. شهر اثنين, February. شهر ثلاثة, March. شهر أربعة, April. شهر خمسة, May. شهر ستة, June. On and on. So, let's practice saying these now. شهر واحد, شهر اثنين, شهر ثلاثة, شهر أربعة, شهر خمسة, شهر ستة, شهر سبعة, شهر ثمانية, شهر تسعة, شهر 10, شهر 11, شهر 12. Now you know how to say the months of the year in Amiyya. And this is pretty much the same, pretty much wherever you go. But here in Jordan, Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, everywhere in the Arab world, pretty much you're going to say this, as far as I know. Shahr, and then the number. Simple as that. So, inshallah, يعني استفدتوا من هالدرس اليوم. Inshallah, you got something out of this lesson. ومنشوفكم المرة الجاية. Bye bye.